What's up? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. Thank you. Here I am yet again to talk about an individual with no integrity, and funnily enough had a better role across at DC, and now he has decided to move across to Marvel and take up this role of Wonder Man. Wasn't it not too long ago that this guy himself was actually saying that these comic book movies, comic book shows were actually clown work? Well, given the fact that we live in clown world now and that this is a clown world commentary channel, I'm going to talk about this here. Obviously as well too, as you know, I'm a fan of movies, TV series, comic books and all of the rest. So I think it's very much so coming to the fore that people are starting to realise that there are certain individuals that are out there that have no integrity. And it always seems to swing one way in particular. And people are starting to notice now a pattern emerging that has very much so reared its head over the last couple of years. The Netflix adaptation, as I like to call it sometimes. So anyway, what have we got going on here? Now, before you jump into the comments, because I know you're going to do it, and I know there'll be still someone now that won't be able to last this long without doing it. But in the Ultimate Universe, Wonder Man was black. Hang on for a second there. The Ultimate Universe was created to do exactly that. Radically alter some long-standing characters so they could do exactly this only a couple of years later. That's why they cherry-picked from that universe really quickly to make Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury in that Avengers movie. And before that, of course, as well, when he was in the Iron Man movie. They did that for that exact reason, rather than being able to stand over a casting decision of Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. They stuck it into that comic book just before so that you could say, well, he looked like that over here. How's that Ultimate Universe doing, by the way, which is the second point to be added to that? Oh, that Ultimate Universe is no longer in existence. It's actually cancelled because the sales were very bad, really. Alright, okay. So not only are you cherry picking from a universe that was created to make diverse characters of your own characters, by the way, instead of creating new ones, you've decided now to use that universe that's no longer in print, that's no longer in publication, that no longer has any effect upon the mainline continuity, to then put it into your movies and TV series. That's interesting, isn't it? Now, the other narrative that's emerging online, which is being quickly slapped down by fans, is the narrative of, well, he's just a D-list character anyway. Who cares? Now, this is the type of attitude these people have for A-list characters too, by the way. Like, if they turned around and said Tony Stark tomorrow was to be played by, I don't know, Cuba Gooding Jr., you'd still get the same type of comment, well, what do you care anyway? Like, Robert Downey Jr. has already played him. That's the type of nonsense you get here with these people. Anyway, people that are not buying into these movies, they're not buying the merchandise, they don't care about the characters ultimately, they just care about this point scored and stuff they do. So anyway, to go on that point, which is, well, what do you care as a D-list character? A D-list character to you, but not to a person that has been a fan of this character for a very long time. I mean, Doctor Strange was a D-list character for a very long time. I mean, I always regarded Spider-Man to be the A-list character, and I know as well my own dad, he was a huge fan, still is, of Thor and Doctor Strange. Now, in my mind, I would say, well, Spider-Man's an A-list character, and those other characters over there, to me, would be D-list characters. That's just me personally. But I can only imagine what my father would think if they decided the first live-action debut of this character, and what did they do with it? They decided to cast someone completely different from what Stephen Strange looks like, or what Thor looks like. You know what I'm saying? So that D-list character to you isn't a D-list character to someone else, and that's why these things are important. And the point about the whole thing is, there are people that are out there. I mean, you look at various different people that like different Green Lanterns. I love John Stewart's Green Lantern, for example. Other people like Jessica Cruz, other people like Hal Jordan. And again, when it comes into the Marvel Universe, some people like Tony Stark, some people like War Machine. I was always a huge fan of War Machine. And same with Black Panther as well. Like, I would actually prefer Black Panther to an awful lot of other characters that are in the Marvel Universe myself. But what has happened is, this has been confused over the last number of years, and what they've gone with is identity politics, which is, well, you have to like someone that looks like you, and we are going to add more of these people so that more people will buy in. I know so many people that are out there, like for example, their Elite Legend Toys there, he was talking about the Robbie Reyes character, and he's like, I'm a Latino, and he's like, that character was designed and created for me, supposedly, and he's like, I don't like him. He's like, I like Johnny Blaze. And there's various other characters that are out there that other people feel the same about. And like I said earlier on, War Machine, Storm, these characters that are out there that they want to hone in on people, and instead people that are like, no, I like that character over there, but you don't look like them. So it's a cool character. I like James Ross. You know what I mean? So anyway, going back to this point, you also then have people with no integrity taking up these roles here, like Yahya Abdul-Mateen. This is a guy that is leaving the role, from what it seems, of Black Manta in the DC universe. Now, it's very possible that he could play this role and the Black Manta role. That is very possible, and still much so spinning plates in motion, I would say. But what's very interesting about this is Yahya was supposed to be in a Black Manta movie. It was actually titled The Trench, and Warner Brothers cancelled it. Now, to me, I would have loved to have seen that movie. The Black Manta movie would have been something that I would have found fascinating, because what were they going to do with it? I would have loved to see that, because Black Manta is a very interesting character. He's an integral part of the story of Aquaman, and ultimately he's a very evil character. So I would have been fascinated to see what they did with that character in that movie, but alas, nothing is going to happen there. Now, I don't remember Yahya jumping up and down about that. I actually think there's probably been people online, myself included, that were more upset about the fact that The Trench, which was the code name for the Black Manta movie, was cancelled. Doesn't seem to be bothering this fella at all. But yeah, he's happy to jump over into Marvel here and play a character that doesn't look like him. And here's the thing, what I'm going to say about this here. This fella is a very popular actor. He has some good roles on his resume. Recently had called these comic book characters clown work. To me, this fella would have been a shoe-in for T'Challa. An absolute shoe-in. I know it's hard to take over from Chadwick Boseman, but I think this guy would have been able to do it 100%. And when they're talking about recasting and it not being respectful, they didn't mind recasting Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle. They didn't mind recasting Ed Norton with Mark Ruffalo. They don't mind recasting William Hurt with Harrison Ford, allegedly, at the moment. So they have shown in the past, through these recasts, and they've done the same as well too to Cassie Lang in the Ant-Man movies and the Avenger movies. They've changed that actress, I think, 2 or 3 times now. And they're like, oh, no one knows. So they don't mind doing that. But what they've done here with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which has become another talking point, is they've decided to use, in my opinion, a real world tragedy to boost their own movie. And that has sickened a lot of people. They've even posted on Chadwick Boseman's Twitter about the movie. So someone has access to his Twitter account and is posting about it. Like, that is shocking. And the depths that this company is willing to go to doesn't shock me to see that this is the type of reaction they're hoping they're going to get from people online to generate a bit of buzz rather than cast this role accurately. Iron Fist is next, by the way. They have been long flirting with changing Iron Fist, the Danny Rand character, into being an Asian character. They tried to do it with the Netflix TV series. The blowback was too much. They do it with the MCU because they think, and this is what I'm saying to you, it's coming to an end now, they think they can get away with anything. They thought that Falcon and the Winter Soldier was going to absolutely make Sam Wilson a beloved character. It did the opposite. People recognise John Walker as the Captain America because he's named and he is the one with the shield. And what ends up happening? Sam and Bucky ended up attacking John Walker, stealing the shield, and then Sam Wilson said he's Captain America. Unbelievable stuff that's going on. And none of these people seemingly looking at it and going, hang on here for a second, that's made my character look really bad. So the same thing with this here. Marvel is hoping to generate buzz, negative or positive, whatever it might be. And the same old story every single time. People taking up a role that they can say, oh, that's from the Ultimate Universe. Well, that universe wasn't popular, but you're deciding to include it in this show. Well, this isn't the 616 universe. That's the universe number designated, by the way, to the comic books, the mainline continuity of comic books. Well, that's not that universe. Sure, but are we not supposed to be looking for accuracy here? Because I'm sure you're not going to cast Ryan Gosling as T'Challa anytime soon, are you? They aren't. So anyway, another fellow with no integrity, and like I said earlier on, you've got characters like Hawkman, who might be considered a D-list character. I love Hawkman. The fact that you've decided to radically change him doesn't go down well with me. The same with other characters that are out there. And I'm sure the same is going to happen with Wonder Man here, where other people that have loved this character for who he is. And I mean, here's the thing that these people want to play with. They want to play with you and say to you, well, go and see Wakanda Forever because they look like you. And then they want to say, oh, no, you can't be upset that Wonder Man doesn't look like how he does in the comics. That's a conflicting statement though, isn't it? So I'm happy to see more and more people are upset about this. And when I say upset, people are talking about it because this is being put behind Disney Plus. Nobody's going to know the streaming numbers. Nobody's going to know how well this does. What you will know about the popularity of this character though is how the action figures do going forward and the merchandise. Like everybody knows that Captain Marvel wasn't that popular because they seen the action figures hanging around store shelves. They seen it going on discount. They seen the merchandise wasn't being bought, and they seen that was going on discount also. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Fair play to you though, yeah, you've left a good role, supposedly, allegedly, possibly in Black Manta that you could have really sunk your teeth into and people would have remembered you as a fantastic Black Manta. I'm hoping that he does. I'm hoping that this isn't the end of Black Manta and that Black Manta has plenty more left to go because I'm a huge fan of the character. But if this is the way it is and he's deciding to jump ship, pardon the pun, over here to Wonder Man, well, it shows no integrity. It shows that when he's talking about clown work, he's happy to pick up a paycheck. So again, shows no integrity. And nobody's shocked, are they? Anyway, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads. Check out the links posted in the description down below. It's part of the channel. Drop a comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later. Good luck.